Good morning. I thought I would try something a little different today, um, which is obviously speaking on a video, which is something that I've never enjoyed doing, and outside of personal message, I've avoided. Like it's the worst punishment possible. And at the same time, I realize, through my own process and speaking with people who have been supporting me, that when I write through my blog, there's still an element of protection or safety, and a lack of true vulnerability, because I have time to edit and think about things. And even right now, I want to start this message over because of a few things I've said and how I've said them, but I'm going to let it roll. And I think I'm doing this today because I want to explore that feeling of revealing what's happening in this moment. Because I think what was said to me recently is this ability to do both and not have a either or. Like, you can be vulnerable and still have something to say, or I've often felt they're in opposition, in the sense that I say something that is vulnerable and emotional, and that's not going to make sense to anyone, so why bother? And so I think I want to explore this possibility that vulnerability and depth can coexist. And interestingly, as I record this, I'm looking at myself on my phone, and seeing my bald head and my missing eyebrows and eyelashes. And this is probably the first time in my life that I've had real self-consciousness about my appearance in a significant way. So it's especially hard for me to present myself. Also on 6 hours of sleep and feeling a little stressed for a reason I'll come to later. But here I am, and I am officially finished with chemo. Those of you following my blog, and yesterday would have been the day that I returned to the healing center and continued another round of chemo on the 3-week cycle that I'd been on. So there's a really strange freedom that I'm experiencing right now, because I noticed in my body it was like gearing up and preparing for that cycle. Because usually there's a few days of feeling good right before I have to go back to that chair. And what was interesting is yesterday I actually went to the healing center for an acupuncture appointment, and as I walked out of the car and towards the building, I saw upstairs all of the people currently doing chemotherapy, and the nurses, and the chemotherapy bags, and I had a kind of trauma response in my body. I could feel it as if I was going back in for those toxins. So that's a big milestone, and I'm really grateful to be here as weak and physically challenged as I am right now because of all of the chemotherapy. I'm still really, really grateful that I'm complete, and I'll be able to continue the healing process from here on my own without any pharmaceutical medications. So, what else did I want to talk about? I think what's really alive for me this morning is yesterday an organization of meditation organization that I've been associated with for a long time sent an email out kind of with their stance on current events, racism, Black Lives Matters, and it was a really big trigger for me because I disagreed with a lot of what was said and how it was said, and I felt it was really a misleading statement in many ways, and I don't want to go into the details, but rather what's come up for me around the balance between having a voice and belonging. And I've noticed in this time right now that making sense of what's happening is extremely difficult, and I've found a few voices that have supported me in this time. And one of the key messages that comes through is do what you need to do in order to sleep well at night and be true to yourself, and don't give into groupthink and don't bow to the mob. Be open to conversation and be willing to change your mind, but speak your voice and trust yourself. And so I made the difficult decision of replying to this organization directly to the leaders that are each very close friends of mine and I've known for many years. And it felt like it feels like a big risk, because what I'm seeing today is family members turning against each other, people who've been colleagues for many years turning each other in for thought crimes, or saying the wrong thing, or not saying the right thing, or being silent. And I realized that just being quiet and stewing in my own disagreement in silence and slowly backing away from an organization that I care about so deeply would have been the easier path, potentially. Maybe in the sense of belonging and not rocking the boat or challenging relationships, and especially relationships that have been built on meditation practice that generally don't focus on politics and current events. So that's what gave me difficulty sleeping last night, because I've sent that message, I've put myself out there, and of course it'll take time for people to digest it and respond, and I genuinely hope and sincerely that this will start a conversation that all sides will benefit from, and we'll continue this journey of sense making and understanding, and trying to really, in a way, unite and come together in a way that is connecting and supportive of everyone's views and opinions and lives and dreams. So that's my message for this morning. I'm going to try to send this without editing it and just post it. Those of you who've made it through 9 minutes and 15 seconds of this, thank you, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Have a great day.